Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching my video. This is going to be my group reading for the full buck moon. Now, when I was planning for this reading, I recognized that yes, there is a lunar eclipse on the full buck moon. However, there's a lot of information and energy that's being shared with us on Saturday night. I wanted to make sure that we split that information into manageable pieces so that you can take those energies with you. A lunar eclipse likes to slam shut doors and open new opportunities, whereas the full buck moon signifies a time where those amazing forest woodland creatures, the deer, start to don their horns. In a way, stepping into themselves. Stepping into what they're going to become. And that's what we're going to be looking at in this reading. How can you better step in and embrace that power of yours? And of course, when I started planning out this video, Archangel Uriel came in and asked to support me with this reading. He is the Archangel of encouraging and igniting that inner flame so that you can step into your power. I couldn't think of a better partner in crime for these readings. Now, the decks I chose for today are the Witch's Tarot and then the Angel Inspiration Oracle. We need to focus in on overcoming those challenges, stepping into our power, and staying high vibrational. Couldn't think of two better decks to help us out with that. The selections I have for this reading, I have the Healerite, I have Auralite, and of course Citrine. I want you to quickly look at these crystals and choose whichever one resonates with you at this moment. Then go in the description box below and select the correlating timestamp to the crystal. It will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello, my Healerite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the full buck moon wants to share. What wisdom, insight, and information does the full buck moon have for my Healerite friends? Okay. We're starting off with the Five of Cups. That misalignment of our focus. We've been so focused in on those three overturned cups, that sadness, that heartache, that fear. We're missing that true message that the universe is trying to send and share with us. We're caught up in that daily grind with our blinders on, so we're missing those messages and insight that the high vibrational beings want to share. We're focused in too much on that low vibration. We've got to get ourselves unstuck and start raising our vibration, not only to receive those messages, however, to start caring and healing ourselves. When we get unstuck, when we start to participate in activities that are meaningful and fulfilling in our lives, we start to step into our power. We start to acknowledge what is important for us and how that can support us in moving forward and continuing this evolutionary process of raising our vibration and healing ourselves from those past pieces. that have caused those energetic and emotional wounds that we're carrying. The Nine of Swords, also known as the anxiety and depression card. That stuckness, we're feeling it. And that Nine of Swords depicts it well. We can't see a way out, and we feel so lethargic that we don't feel like we can get out of bed. What's the point? And that's what we're missing, is that point. The Six of Wands. Sixes are about harmony and balance, which is something that we could really use right now. That balancing of self so that we feel more centered, we're more grounded, and we are using more of that internal energy that is within ourselves. Our chakras are flowing better because we're not all hunched up. We're not curling ourselves or turtling ourselves in. We're standing with our head held high because we know we're going to be victorious. Yes, it might take a little bit of work, a little bit of creativity on our part. However, we can be victorious and we can start to raise our vibration, getting ourselves very much unstuck. The Page of Cups. Pages are that childlike, innocent energy. That cup, we're looking at that intuition and emotion. Now the Page of Cups, it adds that playful, fun energy, but it also adds that flexibility. Sorry, I had to reposition the camera. I just noticed that the cards weren't all going to fit. Back to our page. She too has the fish, just as the original card did. She's embracing it like, yes, I know I have this fish, and I know that this fish is going to be very meaningful, and I love it. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, it was more of a, yeah, I know we've got this fish. Yep, I'm wearing my tunic and my tights, and I am owning this fish. Both energies are going to be needed. That creativity, that flexibility, and that support and nurturing of our solar plexus courage and determination to overcome these pieces that are holding us back, that are holding us down. And then we have the King of Swords. That foundation, that stability. All of it is going to be essential and very needed in the days to come. We need to get out of that heart-centered space. It's the heart-centered sadness and fear that is causing this. It's not the situations or events themselves. Situations, events don't hold emotion the same way that a sword doesn't hold emotion. It itself cannot exude that energy. It can absorb it, and then it radiates that energy, which is very true of what's happening. A situation or event has occurred, and we as emotional beings have attached, emotion to that situation or event, which is a truly normal occurrence. We do this on a regular basis. The problem being is that these are low vibrational energies. If it was high vibration, we wouldn't have a problem. Because when those happy, joyous events happen, what do we do with it? We exude that happy energy. We give it back to others until we have that next amazing event happen. And then we amplify that energy again. We're able to build ourselves up. We're able to continue that growth. Low vibrational energy sticks with us. It gunks us up. It slows us down and has a tendency to make us kind of swirl in the muck. Those ruminating thoughts and feelings that just swirl in our heads. We can't really get too far when we're overwhelmed like that. Shifting that energy to the high vibration will help to give us that ladder out of the stuckness. The King of Swords here adds his stability through routine, structure, following that sword of knowledge, so using our head, rather than that heart center that is causing us so much pain. When we use those critical thinking skills and we start to assess what's happening. Yes, we've lived through some pretty horrific things. Mankind has been brutally cruel to each other. We've been brutally cruel to ourselves. So there's a lot of healing that we have to do. There's a lot we need to overcome. We can't do that if we're stuck. The full buck moon is giving you that opportunity to, well, take the sword in your hand. Cut away and pull off that stuck. Allow the moon to guide you. And the moon card itself is a card of uncertainty and nurturing. It's that mystery card. On one hand, there's a lot of things that can be scary at night. It kind of makes us feel often a little bit fearful. At the same time, when you gaze up into that full moon, you're able to tap into that healing, nurturing energy of the goddess that's going to help with healing some of those wounds and giving direction to where it is you need to go. For the days to come, the King of Swords is going to be really important for you because that routine and rigidity will get you out of this stuckness. Getting up at a certain time, having breakfast, having a shower, starting to do that checklist gives you a sense of accomplishment, reinforce what you can do, and this checklist will start to help you add extra things. You can start to extend that checklist, extend that routine, using our head, and then planning forward will help you have that sense of accomplishment, that sense of pride, and it will help start to raise your vibration because you're getting kind of that stuck mode. You're owning and being more flexible with what's happening. There's a lot of things we can't change. Well, then we can tap in to that creativity and fun, which again will help raise our vibration. And then we can add that passion-centered creativity to our intuitional-centered creativity. And that's when you're going to see that creativity flourish. It's the yin and yang of creativity. And we need that in our lives. When we start to focus in on this, it will take us to that Two of Cups. It's going to take that duality and balance. It's going to help us really get out of this stuck mode and into what's very important to us. The last card, the Four of Swords. Again, we have another stability card. Plays off of the King of Swords and that need for stability in our lives, that foundation. The more stable we are, the more able we are to overcome and become unstuck. When we have that foundation of stability, we feel stronger and connected in. We're able to take on some of those challenges and obstacles that have really been holding us back. The Four of Swords adds another element to this reading. The Four of Swords talks about rest and rejuvenation. Yes, we need to pick up that sword, and yes, we need to take on this challenge. We do need to be nurturing, and kind to ourselves as we do it. When we beat ourselves up and we start to do that negative self-talk, we become even more stuck than what we currently are. That nurturing and kindness will go a long way, raising our vibration and supporting you in seeing those messages, that guidance, embracing it, and most importantly, incorporating that wisdom into our path, into our plans and our routine of the day. So now we're going to call on Archangel Uriel. He's going to help and add to this reading. Archangel Uriel, what wisdom and healing can you provide my Healerite friends for the full buck moon? Be tolerant. Like I said, that compassion, that kindness will go a long way towards self. The more accepting we are and the more tolerant we are of self, the more we're going to be able to connect into that message, to that important aspect that we are so needing in our lives right now. Additionally, this tolerance can be shared with others. Not everybody needs to think the way we do. Actually, we'd probably find it really boring if we did. We all have different paths, and we all have different lessons to learn. Allowing those individuals to think and believe what they need to, being compassionate to that individual and showing some tolerance as they stumble through the darkness. Now, when I say tolerance, I don't mean turning a blind eye. There is thresholds that everybody needs to set for themselves so that they do have a point. We don't want the bullies and the naysayers and the haters to run and rule the roost. We do need to stand up for what we believe in. However, we don't need to pick a fight, and we don't need to be as aggressive when we do it. Taking that high vibrational road, making decisions for our greater good through critical thinking skills, so that you can outsmart that bully. You can outsmart that hater. And sometimes, and this one really pisses them off, sometimes the best way to deal with that hater when they are talking you down is to ignore them or wish them well. That high vibrational road can really help to get us unstuck and set standards of tolerance and love. Like I said before, we don't all have that same path, nor should we. We'd find life very dull and dreary if we were just following the pack. Embrace change. Probably one of the hardest things for humanity to do. Embrace change. As a species, we kind of hate it. That uncertainty, that unknown, those what ifs start to ruminate in our head. It goes back to that tolerance piece. Being tolerant with self, acknowledging we're right where we're supposed to be. However, we want to shift things. We want to start to be active participants in our lives that bring in fulfillment and meaning. And of course, that abundance. So being okay and sitting with that uncertainty will go a long way in embracing the shifting and healing that we need to do. And then nurture your dreams. We can't hyper-focus in on what is going wrong, what is not happening, or things that you wanted to occur and hasn't. That lower vibrational stuckness isn't going to help us. We need to nurture those aspirations. We need to be open to some of these dreams and aspirations needing a bit of a shift. Because many of our dreams and many of our aspirations are built on the foundation of the ego and that societal quote-unquote best. We're finding out, especially in 2020, that societal best may not be in our greater good. Being okay with shifting some of those dreams, with shifting that perspective. We don't need major shifts, just a little bit of shifting at a time. That way you're not aggravating those fears and that heartache. You're embracing that play, that fun, and that abundance. Archangel Uriel is encouraging you to stay focused on what is meaningful for you, what brings you that joy, what brings you that happiness. Take away all that expectation. Just have a little bit of fun. Embrace what it is you want to do. And if you're not sure, revert back to that passion center. Revert back to that play. What helps you get out of your head and out of this energy and into that high vibrational loving energy? That shift will help to bring in that guidance that you're needing. I want to thank Archangel Uriel for his amazing guidance and wisdom he shared with us during the full buck moon reading. And I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into the full buck moon. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Healerite friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot so that you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the full buck moon wants to share with you guys. What wisdom, guidance, and information can the full buck moon share with my Auralite friends? The Ten of Pentacles. Now, tens are an ending and a beginning card. That pentacle about growth and abundance. The Ten of Pentacles, of course, is one of those family cards. It's very evident in this family picture. And it's not just that immediate family. It includes those extended members, that generational. It also includes members who were not born into that cohort, rather have connected in and are meaningful for you. This physical family is what we make of it. We bring people in through marriage and bonds. Those supportive individuals who believe in you, support you, love you for you, and you reciprocate that love. You reciprocate that caring and nurturing energy. It's a balanced situation. When we have that balanced relationship, it brings foundation for our situation and supports us and allows us to grow, nurtures us, encourages us forward. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's very much that Mother Earth energy. The Queen of Pentacles encourages that nurturing love towards self and towards those that are important to you. She also talks about that importance of grounding. We've got this double pentacle here. Pentacles are that earth energy. The more grounded we are, the more stable we are, the more we're able to care and love for ourselves and those who are important. That stability and nurturing brings with it more energy to create and manifest those things that we want and need in our lives. That abundance is so evident. We raise our vibration, we raise the vibration of those around us, and it's a reciprocating step up. As we raise our vibration, those around us raise their vibration. We feed off of them, they feed off of you in a positive, loving way. No one is sucking anybody dry. We don't feel exhausted at the end of the day. We feel invigorated. We want to connect in. We have that extra energy so we can direct it into our creativity, into our passions, and that's when you're really going to see that abundance flourish. Then we have the Queen of Swords. That knowledge, we're carrying a lot of it from past lifetimes, and we've accrued a number of bumps and bruises along the way in this lifetime and have learned many lessons. Now the Queen of Swords is the one queen who's learned all her knowledge, which is very vast as she's the queen, through first-hand experience. And it's in that experiential learning that she's learnt the most, that we've learnt the most. The Queen of Swords encourages us not only to, yes, heed the advice of her sister here, however, also use those critical thinking skills to assess when we need to step out onto ourselves, step into our power, embrace those emerging abilities, nurturing them, allowing them to grow, allowing them to create a stronger foundation for yourself so that you are able to take on that next challenge. You are able to take on that next chapter and that next adventure. Now, as you can see, we have the sisters here, so queens, they're the 13th card in the minor arcana. When you have that multiple 13, the angels are encouraging you to calm your mind so that you can receive those intuitive messages and ideas, which is very essential right now as we want to step out of this stuck routine that we found ourselves in so that we can gain new knowledge to incorporate in to what our already amazing foundation is, those skills, those abilities, owning it and allowing it to support you in your journey, in this adventure of the life we signed up for. The Eight of Swords. This card talks about that stuckness. Like I said, many of us are feeling very stuck and very penned in. The global situations that are occurring, the virus, the social injustice, it's amplifying these swords. It's amplifying our uncertainty. The emotions and the heartache are wrapping around us tighter and tighter, causing us not to be able to see properly. We can't see the answer that's going to help us out of this. The easiest way to start to ease some of this is through that nurturing, loving energy. Nurturing ourselves, nurturing those around us, allowing people to nurture us. I know that's easier said than done for many of us, but there are times that we need that support. We need that stability. We need to intertwine them with that critical thinking on what's for our greater good and what low vibrational energy we can leave at the door. Reducing the amount of low vibrational negative energy that is allowed into your homestead, into your life, will support you in this nurturing, loving energy. Many of us are being bombarded by the latest statistics, the latest riot, the latest looting, the latest whatevers. It can be really hard, and it can be really overwhelming. When we use those critical thinking skills and we reduce the amount of negativity and low vibrational energy that is around us, amplifying that light and love, you're going to see an energetic shift, not only in yourself, but in your environment. This negativity has nowhere to go right now. We need to transmute it. And that's a very challenging piece, as we have the ongoing virus problem, and we also have the ongoing social injustice and racism. Big global pieces that are hard to do alone. We need that support, that stability. The more people focusing in on that light, that love, that support, the less we're going to have room for that negativity. And I don't mean to minimize any of the global situations. They're big problems. However, even a pebble thrown into a calm pond leaves lasting ripples and changes within that water. The more we're focused in on the love, the tolerance, and most importantly, the acceptance, the more we're going to be able to stand up as a group and take on this virus head on. We need people with clear minds right now. And we're really limited with that because of the social injustice, because of that hatred and fear that's floating around. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are a gift from the universe. That pentacle, growth and abundance, needs to be in between these queens, because we need those seeds, those inspirational pieces that we're going to gain from these double queens. And we need to make high vibrational decisions to allow these emerging skills and seeds to grow. We are planting ideas, thoughts, deep within ourselves. Soon, they too will start to emerge within us, giving us again more skills, more opportunities to be able to overcome the challenges that we face. The Wheel of the Year, also known as the Wheel of Fortune card, the 10th card in the Major Arcana, talks about those natural shifts, those seasonal changes that occur naturally. It's hard to believe, but this too shall pass. We will conquer the virus. We will be able to make some positive changes so that there is no tolerance for discrimination, for prejudice. There's only acceptance and tolerance. When that will occur, it's going to be a while. But knowing in our hearts of hearts that the more of us who are embracing this light, this love for whomever you are, embracing and nurturing others for their natural skills and abilities, understanding that they're on their own journey, so they may have conflicting views and they may have different ways of doing things. However, knowing that they too are living that high vibrational loving life helps to culminate that tolerance and acceptance of others. Like I said before, that critical thinking is essential because it's so easy to revert back to that hurt and fear and react, telling people they're not right. And now some of it, we have that balance. We know that making judgments on people's skin color, their culture, their religion, it doesn't feel right. It feels off. It's low vibrational. You're judging people again on their viewpoints. Their path is different to ours. When you accept that, that's when you're able to make those critical thinking and critical decisions for your greater good. And the more of us who do that, the more of us who stand up to that intolerance in positive, high vibrational ways, the more we're going to see that shift. So now we're going to call on Archangel Uriel to add to the full buck moon's already amazing guidance here for you. Archangel Uriel, what further wisdom and guidance can you share with my Auralite friends for the full buck moon? Courage. We need that courage because it takes a lot of courage to stand up to those bullies, to stand up to people who are telling you that you are wrong, to stand up to those individuals whose hearts are so gunked up and muddled up with that low vibration that they're not seeing straight. Having courage to love ourselves in a time that can be really challenging, a time of uncertainty and instability. That courage is going to be key. Having courage to step into your light, nurture it, and embrace it. When you step into your light, you step into your power, and you can recognize those shifts, changes, and evolutions that need to occur for your greater good. Now, I missed this and I hadn't really thought about it. We've got double tens here. The 10th card in the Major Arcana, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. In angel messages, the angels are telling you that this is a time of personal development and spiritual enlightenment, which is very evident and very much supports what the full buck moon has been saying to you, that this is a time of development for you, a time of nurture and compassion. Faith. Having faith in ourselves, in our abilities, knowing that we have all the skills and abilities to overcome the challenges that we are faced with. We signed up for this journey. We wanted the opportunity to face these challenges. Having faith that we've got this, we can do this. and more importantly, having faith in the universe that there is a master plan of light and love, that the path that we signed up for helps us come closer to that ultimate destination of acceptance, love, and compassion. Compassion. I don't know how many times I've said that word in this reading, but that compassion and nurturing for self. Nurturing those abilities, having compassion and acceptance for who it is you are, where it is you are on your journey, and most importantly, having compassion for self when it comes to trying to figure out what it is we're doing, trying to figure out these skills and abilities that keep emerging and how the heck it fits in to this master plan. Once we start to have compassion for ourselves, we are able to share it with others. Similar to when you're on an airplane and the flight attendants say you have to put the air mask on yourself before helping a child or someone with you. Same idea. Strengthening and healing yourself before you try and strengthen and support others. We start to get to a point of fatigue or exhaustion when we're trying to juggle too many balls. We want to nurture and support those amazing people in our lives. We need to start with ourselves, making those critical decisions regarding what's for the greater good of ourselves and those around us. Because when we feel stronger, we have more energy. We have more energy to share with those around us. And if we all start this process of loving and nurturing ourselves, and then sharing that amazing nurturing energy with others, you would see a global shift. Because you're staying in that high vibrational energy that attracts and amplifies that universal unconditional energy. I want to thank Archangel Uriel for his amazing support and guidance during this reading. And I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the full buck moon wants to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There's so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you like this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends. Hello and welcome, my Citrine friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what information the full buck moon has for you guys. What guidance, support, and wisdom does the full buck moon have for my Citrine friends? The Emperor, the fourth card in the Major Arcana. That rule, regulation, and routine card. embracing that stability in structure. The full buck moon helps to really reinforce our stability so that we can allow those emerging skills and abilities to flourish. Those amazing emerging aspects that are going to help us throughout 2020 and then into 2021. The Queen of Cups. To that stability, we add that creativity and intuition. Once we have that stable foundation, we're more able to embrace and work with our intuition. It's very challenging to connect into that higher vibrational state, that wisdom, that energy, when we're feeling uncertain, unsure, and we don't feel that we're supported. When we have that stability and that foundation, that structure and routine create in our lives, we have that foundation. We have that support we need to start to connect in to aspects and pieces that we need right now. We need that guidance. And many of us need that energetic boost. We feel really sluggish. Saturn is in retrograde. We kind of feel like sloths right now. We need that extra energy and that extra support, that the unconditional loving energy that the universe can provide for us. Then we have the Knight of Cups. Those knights are that adolescent, no fear energy. Again, we're with that cup, that intuition, that emotion. We can't be afraid of where it is we need to go. We need to follow our head. Yes, balancing that out with that critical thinking, structured to-do planning list. When we have that foundation and that stability of what it is we need to achieve in a day, we can then take that to-do list, start checking off what it is we want to do, and we find that we're able to achieve a lot more. When we get up at a certain time, we draw down that energy, we draw down that wisdom, we're able to get moving, we're able to succeed and get the job done. It's so easy, especially as the days are getting longer and we think we have more time, so what does it matter? We limit our ability and that creation. We've got that male and female balance. And with those two energies, you need the male and the female to create. So we need to embrace that. That creativity will be lost through that stagnation and mundaneness of the day. Setting things in motion through following that structure, that routine, allows this creativity to start to flow. They both have their backs to him. They're supporting him. The Emperor is encouraging that Queen forward, where the Knight of Cups, he's got the Emperor's back. He's ready to charge in, draw his sword, and stand up for that light and love, should that opportunity come. The more we're able to focus in on that loving, creative energy, the more we're going to reinforce that stability, because we're getting things done. We're creating and sharing our love and light in ways that are meaningful for us. The Ten of Swords. Tens are an ending and a beginning card. The Swords, truth and knowledge. It's not so much the knowledge or the truth that's slowing us down. It's that emotion that we have attached to those situations, those events. And don't get me wrong, we're supposed to do that. We're emotional beings. We want that emotional attachment. It helps connect us into our lives, helps us be active participants. Problem being, these are lower vibrational energies of fear and heartache. They're causing stagnation. If these situations and events were of light and love, we would have amplified and utilized that energy to better ourselves and those around us. We do need to learn from these situations, these lessons that the universe is presenting to us, recognizing those patterns and those obstacles. The full buck moon isn't going to help us with that. The full buck moon wants us to connect in to that love and creativity, allowing that to push us forward. Those emerging abilities, skills, and aspects that are going to support us in the time to come. The Ten of Swords is a card of strength. It talks about, yes, we're carrying a lot of baggage, and that the sun is setting. It is our choice to get up with that burden we carry, greet the day, so that we're able to start to shift this weight. As we start to embrace that light and love, we will start to raise our vibration, which will, in the end, give us that ability to deal with these swords. We will heal them. It's just not right now. We're not strong enough to pull those swords out. We need further stability, further strength, and ownership, acceptance, and incorporation of who we are. Stepping into our power, stepping into our light, so we do have that power to overcome that challenge. Then we have the Four of Wands. Adding to the stability, because we have another 4 here, the Four of Wands highlights the importance of celebrating all that we've overcome. Celebrating that, yeah, you know what? You're not allowing these pieces to slow you down. We've had to overcome a lot. We're going to get up, we're going to embrace our day, and what's more, we're going to add to this intuition. We're going to add that passion. Whereas creating things, you have that balance of male and female energy. In creating, we have that intuitional aspect with its opposite, the passion. You need passion and intuition to work together in balance and harmony so that you have that connection and meaning to what it is we do. That heart and solar plexus energy starting to incorporate and intertwine to support you in what it is you're trying to create. Whatever aspect that creativity takes will support you in raising your vibration, will support you on your journey, and will eventually get to a point where we can start to remove and heal ourselves from these past experiences. Now we're going to call on Archangel Uriel. He's going to help give added support and help us to embrace this energy that the full buck moon is offering us to better help us step into our power. Archangel Uriel, what guidance, wisdom, and support can you provide my citrine friends for the full buck moon? show justice. Very much connected into the Justice card. And it talks about that balance. We need to stop focusing in on what we think is a balance or what is important, and allow those higher vibrational beings to help us reestablish our equilibrium. Most of us, we have such an off equilibrium because it's been years since we were truly in tune with who we are. That high vibrational connection, that guidance, the Queen of Cups is the second most intuitive card in the deck. That guidance from the higher vibrational support system will help us to rebalance, reconnect, and start to embrace who it is we are. Those emerging skills, those emerging abilities that are going to be so essential for us. So I've talked a lot about the balance in this part of the reading. And I did forget to mention we did have the double fours. In angel messages, when you have that multiple four, the angels are encouraging you to build on that foundation that you need. So I had mentioned it, I just hadn't quite acknowledged it. But that balance is going to be key. I just did a meditation with Archangel Sandalphon regarding that balance. So if you don't feel confident in your connection and your clairs, that's a fantastic, easy tool that you can utilize multiple times to help reestablish that true balance. So you are able to feel that connection. You're feeling more stable and more able to tap in and step into your power. Cooperate. We were never meant to do this journey alone. We, upon conception, had our guardian angel with us. It's essential that we start working together with that support system, whether it be on the physical plane or that astrological plane. Because when we work in harmony and in cooperation, that's when major shifts happen. That's when we start to clear out that lower vibrational energy, those things that have been holding you down, because you're gaining the insight of an outside perspective. Whether that be from a friend or family member, or those high vibrational beings. They can reflect back to you what is happening, and most importantly, how it is you're responding. Sometimes that reflection gives us the most information, and it doesn't always mean that people are being critical of us. Many times that reflection comes in mirrored energy returning to us. So if we've been overcritical and harsh on ourselves, that's when people start to become overcritical and harsh with you. Taking that time, reflecting on how people are responding to you, and those messages and insight that the high vibrational beings are leaving for us. Those patterns are essential for our evolution. Speak from the heart. It's essential that we start to share our heart center, our passions, our creativity, our power with others. And I don't mean that we have to give everything to everybody. That balance is essential. But sharing our talents, sharing ourselves with others, and sometimes it's just as much as a good morning to the person walking their dog. Thank you to the mailman. I appreciate you to the brave souls that pick up the garbage. Sharing that energy from the heart goes a long way in raising our vibration and the vibration of others. Archangel Uriel is being very clear We need to be working together to overcome some of the challenges that we're facing. We need to nurture each other, sharing that light and love to help raise your vibration and, of course, those around you. We are all connected, and when we work together, we create that balance. We encourage each other forward. We become more tolerant and accepting of each other for our diversities and our uniqueness. And we're able to support each other in our growth, knowing that we all have different pathways, different experiences to learn in this lifetime. However, we intertwine and walk together. Our paths will lead us to different aspects, but we can always have that support and love for each other. I want to thank Archangel Uriel for his amazing guidance and wisdom he shared with us during the full buck moon reading. And I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the full buck moon wants to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my citrine friends.